Morning, students. Hope you are all fine. Okay, now let us see the word of the day. Today's word is malicious. Today's word is malicious. It means harmful, bad. And the usage would be I don't like his malicious intentions. Virulent, vicious, poisonous. These are all the synonyms of the word malicious. Malicious. This is the word of the day. And the grammar tips is quite, rather, quite means less than, very, more than, a few. More than a few. For example, Ravi is quite a rich man. Ravi is quite a rich man. And we usually use rather with negative words. For example, Ravi is intelligent but rather lazy. These are all the, that is the word of the day. Malicious, it means harmful, bad. I don't like his malicious intentions. I never approve his malicious ideas. You have to write 2 or 3 usages so that you can remember. And likewise, quiet and rather. Quiet and rather. Quiet means that is a moderate. Less than very, more than a few. Ravi is quite a rich man. He is quite happy with his salary. He is quite happy with his salary. Rather, usually we use with negative words. Ravi is intelligent but rather lazy. Rather lazy. Mr. So and so is very rich but rather miser. So likewise, that is I have given you 1 sentences. You have to write more sentences so that you can remember for ever. This is today's word and the grammar tips. Okay, take down this. Malicious, today's word, and this is the grammar tips, quite and rather. Now, we shall begin Unit 2. Biography of R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan. Before I enter into the syllabus, I would like to tell you the difference between biography and autobiography. Can you guess what does it mean? Biography and autobiography. If a person write about his own life, it is called as autobiography. It is called as autobiography. Biography means if someone writes about you, it's become biography. If a person, if he himself writes about him, it is called as autobiography. And now that is in unit 2, we have two biographies. One is R.K. Narayan and the next is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. And for his credit, R.K. Narayan has also written his own autobiography. Its name is My Days. The autobiography of R.K. Narayan title is My Days. It is very, very interesting one. Dear students, as I already told you in my previous classes that I always suggest my students to go through biographies and autobiographies as much as you can. Because all the autobiographies in particular, they are all, they act as signals, they act as beacons. Because in autobiographies, they share their experiences with readers. Sometimes, they are cautioning us. Sometimes they prevent us from various losses. So if you read this, you may come across that what are the situations they have faced in their lives, what are the tough times they have underwent, then how one can prevent all those things. See, for example, that is the famous autobiographies. For example, APJ Abdul Kalam's that is the Wings of Fire. It is a must-read autobiography. Don't miss it. Go through it. And Mahatma Gandhi's My Experiment with Truth. Very, very interesting autobiography. See, if you go through these autobiographies, you come to know that how these great personalities share their experiences with the readers. See, for example, in my experiment with truth, Mahatma Gandhi is a great regression. He was highly regretted of his handwriting. And he says that when he visited South Africa, when he practiced as a barrister there, and his co-lawyers, his fellow lawyers, laughed at him after looking at his handwriting. And Mahatma Gandhi, cautioning through his autobiography that a person can change his handwriting at school level. After that, it is highly impossible. Because I was highly regretted, and you should be careful. So this is one incident. Therefore, there are many string of instances you can see in autobiographies. And likewise, if you go through the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam, The Wings of Fire, it is really that is wonderful work. Okay, now let us see R.K. Narayan's My Days and autobiography. Dear students, literature has its own beauty. Literature has its own beauty. Literature has no limits. All other subjects are limited. All other subject has boundaries. All other subject has its own limitations. But for literature, even sky is not limit. A literary man can discuss anything under the sun because the canvas is very vast. The canvas is very vast. Okay, with these words, that is, I would like to share that is the main points of R.K. Narayan's biographies. As far as R.K. Narayan is concerned, he occupies a special position in Indian writing in English. His method of writing, his way of expressions is very simple. That is the beauty of R.K. Narayan. Even an ordinary man can understand his works. For example, that is, he deals with particularly South Indian family system. He hails from a Brahmin family. See, if you go through the works of R.K. Narayan, you may feel that you are in Tamil Nadu. That is the topography of that is Tamil Nadu and its streets and the culture of Tamilians and the South Indians, you can easily visualize. That is the beauty of R.K. Narayan. And he uses a very simple language. He uses a simple language. He never used tough words. So that an ordinary man can understand. Even dear students, even in previous semester, that is, you have studied his short story, Sweet for Angels. Sweet for Angels. And you have really enjoyed it. Just imagine the story. How he deals the theme of the story. The story that is the story of a common man, a common coolie. And what type of, that is, the problems he undergoes in a society. How a society treated that fellow. How he suffered economically. And what is the status of a common man in the society. How a society treats a person, that you have already studied. So, his writing is so simple and so lucid that in a nutshell I would like to say, without referring a dictionary, you can understand his works very easily. You can understand his work very easily. So, R.K. Narayan, he was born in Madras. He hails from a Brahmin family. His father was served as a school headmaster, and that is, initially he used to study at his father's school, and in his childhood, his best friends were peacock and a mischievous monkey. With those things, R.K. Narayan used to play. And as his mother was not healthy when he was a child, so he was brought up sometimes by his grandmother and sometimes by his uncle Seshachala. Then Narayan, completed 8 years of education at the Lutheran Mission School near his grandmother's house in Madras. Then his father, after he was appointed as the headmaster of the Maharaja's High School in Mysore. Then he started his education in Mysore. And dear students, though he is a man of literature, though he occupies a special position in English literature, but I would like to tell you one thing. Because generally, what we do when we go through the life of a great personalities, when we go through the achievements of great visionaries, and sometimes we come to conclusion that, or sometimes we jump to conclusion that these people are very lucky people, these people are gifted people. No. If you think like this, you are wrong. Very simple. A lamp is burning, a lamp is emanating light, but you can find darkness beneath it. Under the lamp, you can find a darkness. What does it mean? What does the darkness implies? What does the darkness represents? The darkness represents their own sufferings, their own hardships, their own bitter experiences. Overnight, they will not have become so great. See, for example, that is Srinivasa Ramanujan, a great mathematician. He never completed his BSc Mathematics. But without Srinivasa Ramanujan, if you remove Srinivasa Ramanujan, there would be a great vacuum in the Department of Mathematics. He has established himself as a great mathematician, but he had not completed his BSc Mathematics. Likewise, even Einstein, he too not good at mathematics. Majority of times, his mathematics teacher sent him out. But all those great personalities have set their foot in the world. Still we are remembering them. Still we are remembering them. Does it mean that are they lucky? No. What it shows, their passion, their strong determination, their hard work, their burning desire, unshakable faith, self-confidence. These things paves the way for their success. See, for example, he failed in English in university entrance examination. He failed in English. Can you believe it? But see, he has he is mentioning in his autobiography as well as in his biography. But finally, he got bachelor degree, BA English from the University of Mysore. So he was very affectionately brought up by his grandmother. She was affectionately called R.K. Narayan as Kunjappa. And another one thing, do you know who is his younger brother? R.K. Laxman, a famous cartoonist of India, was his younger brother. So he hails from a very orthodox family, and from his early age itself he starts reading. He was an avid reader. He was an voracious reader. Now, this one thing I would like to tell you, students. Nowadays, one of the main thing why our students are not able to communicate, why they are not able to write properly in English, the main reason is the reading habit is totally vanished from our life. We hardly visit to library. We hardly visit to library. We are not at all reading. But R.K. Narayan's, he becomes so great because he started reading at his early age. Then after completing, BA English, then he wanted to do MA, but he comes to know that it maybe become very difficult for him. And because generally, R.K. Narayan hates examination system, school system, going to school, attending classes. He hates this concept. So he decided to become a teacher. He joined a school, but at his school, the headmaster asked him to be a PT teacher, playtime teacher. He hated that post, and he realized that writing is his forte. Here also I would like to tell you one thing, dear students, you must know in which you are best at. Unless otherwise, it is rather difficult to attain success in life. Why Narayan becomes so great? Because after completing his college, that is the life, he realized that he can survive only by writing. So he had determined to become a writer. So when at that time when he was settled down, when he lived for a period of time in Coimbatore, he fell in love with a girl whose name is called as Rajan. Some problems takes place, but he has struggled and he consoled both families and he got married. Very few periods of life he led a happy life, and one daughter was also born. But unfortunately, in 1939, his wife Rajan died of typhoid. That leaves a very that brought a great destruction to his personality. He was totally fed up. He was dejected, but he has never lost his heart. Then after he lost his wife, then he started concentrating in writing work. So in 1930, Narayan wrote his first novel, Swami and Friends. Swami and Friends. And likewise, that is in 1935, Swami and Friends, then his literary career begins. When he published Swami and Friends, he had not get approval. He had sent to many publishers rejected his works. He got rejected, but that one personality who supported him, who assisted him, who wholeheartedly encouraged him, that Graham Greene, who supported him. So his literary career begins. Swami and Friends he published in 1935, The Financial Expert in 1952, and the novel Guide, that is the masterpiece of R.K. Narayan, The Guide, which was made as a film in 1958 and which bagged many Filmfare Awards. Then Waiting for Mahatma in 1955, Mr. Sambat in 1949, The Man-Eater of Malgudi 1961, The Vendor of Sweets in 1967, and likewise, he has that is published a series of that is some more than 14 novels, and he wrote many short stories, many articles, and many of his short stories, that was made as a TV serials. And the novel The Guide, which was starred by Dev Anand, which bagged so many Filmfare Awards. And not only that, for his credit, he has won Sahitya Akademi Award in 1961 and Padma Bhushan Award in 1964, Padma Vibhushan Award in 2000, and many honorary degrees from various universities. Not only that, in the year 1989, he was appointed as the member of Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house of the Indian Parliament. In 2001, he passed away from this world. Dear students, what we learn from R.K. Narayan's lives. Neither he was born in a rich family, nor he was studied in a very, rich schools. He hailed in an ordinary family. He lived in a rented house. Particularly after the retirement of his father, he underwent many hardships. He had to suffer a lot. He had to run from pillar to post to meet the ends of his lives. He learned many things from his own life. But what made him so great? Why we still remembering him? Because of his hard work, because of his passion. The very important thing is that he did what he loved. He did what he loved. Because at his early age, he found out that he is best at writing. So he fixed on it. He never diverted his way. He was focused on it. He was not fickle-minded. Do or die. Because he knows the strength. He knows his weakness. So dear student, what we learn from the biography of R.K. Narayan is that we must be single-minded. We must be focused. We must be determined. If you be so, you need not to go to success. Success comes to you. Success comes to you. So these are all that is few things I would like to highlight by the biography which has been published for you, and you just to go through it and collect materials. You must collect materials about his that is childhood days and his school days and college life and his literary life and what are the achievements and all those things. You have to take notes and you have to prepare notes, because when I post questions on assignment, you have to make all the points. You just to make notes of it. Thank you.